About a month ago, Jayden Daniels suffered a gruesome dislocated elbow, and most people assumed his sophomore NFL season was over. Those assumptions weren't wild. They were based on the severity of the injury and the reality that the Washington Commanders were struggling through a disappointing 2025 campaign. On paper, it didn't make sense to risk Daniels' long-term health by throwing him back onto the field with little to gain. This was supposed to be a clear opportunity for the team to hit the reset button, let their quarterback recover fully, and avoid unnecessary risk. Instead, Daniels played against the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday, and predictably, he took a hard shot to that same previously dislocated elbow. The entire situation feels preventable, even avoidable. You have to wonder how much thought went into this decision. Was it the desire to inject energy into a struggling team? Was it the hope of a miraculous win? Whatever the reason, the move exposed Daniels to risk without much upside. I'm not a medical professional, but think about it. Even if Daniels had technically recovered, his elbow was likely still a bit vulnerable. For anyone who has ever experienced a serious joint injury, the natural instinct isn't to jump straight back into full activity at peak intensity. It's to ease in, rebuild strength, and wait until you're truly 100%. Now, apply that logic to a professional football game against elite athletes who hit harder, move faster, and play with incredible intensity. The margin for error is almost non-existent. It's a situation that doesn't make sense the more you look at it. Throwing a recovering player back into elite competition is inherently risky. Daniels could have re-injured himself, or worse, sustained long-term damage that affects his career. The decision to play him seems rushed, and the consequences are entirely avoidable. The Commanders and head coach Dan Quinn now find themselves in a precarious position. If Daniels' elbow is aggravated, or worse, the blame falls squarely on management for ignoring what should have been common sense. This isn't just about one game. It's about protecting a player's future, maintaining trust within the roster, and setting a precedent for how injuries are handled in the NFL. For Jayden Daniels, a dislocated elbow is serious enough on its own. He doesn't need to face unnecessary risk because of hasty decisions. The team had a golden opportunity to prioritize his health and build toward the future, but instead, they rolled the dice. One can only hope he came through without lasting damage, because if he didn't, the consequences could haunt both his career and the Commander's reputation for years.